Welcome to The Long Dark, a game that drops you into the frozen wilderness with one simple goal: survive. Whether you're a first-time explorer or a seasoned survivor, choosing the right game mode and difficulty is key to shaping your experience. In this video, we'll break down the game modes, dive into the difficulty levels, and help you find the perfect way to begin your journey into the quiet apocalypse. So let's get started. When we first open up The Long Dark, we're going to see two options presented to us. The first one is survival mode, and the second one is story mode. Let's go ahead and jump into that one first. If you prefer a narrative-driven experience, Wintermute is the game's episodic story mode. It follows the journey of two survivors, Will Mackenzie and Astrid Greenwood, as they navigate the world changed by a mysterious geomagnetic disaster. Wintermute combines survival gameplay and a compelling story, introducing you to key survival mechanics while progressing through chapters filled with narrative events and challenges. It's perfect for players who enjoy a blend of storytelling and survival, providing context for the game's world and lore. Unlike survival mode, Wintermute offers up the ability to save and return to previous save points if you make a mistake and want to retry a specific section. This feature makes it more forgiving and accessible for players new to the Long Dark's mechanics who prefer less pressure in high-stakes situations. Wintermute is a great starting point for players looking to ease into the game while enjoying a rich and immersive story. Survival mode is the heart and soul of the Long Dark, offering a pure sandbox experience where the only goal is to survive as long as possible. There's no story to guide you, other than the story you create yourself. Survival mode is all about player-driven stories. You decide where to go, what to do, and how to tackle the challenges of the frozen wilderness. Each region is interconnected, allowing you to explore vast and varied landscapes from desolate valleys to windswept mountaintops. The game's systems are designed to keep you on your toes with unpredictable weather, resource scarcity, and wildlife encounters. Every decision matters, whether it's deciding to explore a distant cabin or conserving precious calories for the trek ahead. Survival mode relies on a cheat death system, which allows you to restore your character up to 3 times if you die, and then after that, it turns into a permadeath system, so your save will be gone if you die, and you'll need to start over. This creates a high-stakes experience where every moment counts, and planning is the key to staying alive. With no two games ever the same, survival mode offers endless replayability. Experiment with different strategies, regions, and difficulties to find your favorite way to survive. Survival mode stands out as the heart of the Long Dark. Its open-ended nature offers unmatched replayability, and every decision you make shapes your story. Whether you prefer peaceful exploration or brutal survival, this mode provides the ultimate sandbox experience. Now let's go ahead and get into the different difficulty modes of the Long Dark. First up, we have Pilgrim. Pilgrim is perfect for beginners. It's designed for new players to the Long Dark or those looking for a relaxed experience. Wildlife is mostly passive and will avoid you unless provoked. Abundant resources and mild weather conditions allow for stress-free exploration and experimentation. So that way, if you don't know the maps well, or you're just trying to learn the mechanics, this will give you a perfect difficulty to do so in. Pilgrim will also offer you the experience to explore everything in the game, as all available items are available in this game mode, such as guns, all of the different types of clothing, and necessary tools can be easily found throughout the world. You should choose Pilgrim if you want to learn the game mechanics without pressure, and it's ideal for players who want to focus on the beauty of the world rather than the constant survival challenges. Next, we have Voyager mode, which is a balanced experience. Voyager is set up to offer a mix of exploration and survival challenges. Wildlife is more aggressive than in Pilgrim, but encounters remain manageable. Resources are less plentiful, and weather conditions are harsher, creating a balanced yet forgiving survival environment. Voyager also allows you access to all items in the game. All of the clothing is available, you can find guns scattered around the world, and also all of your necessary tools. You should choose Voyager if you're looking to transition to a more challenging experience after learning the basics, or something that offers a good balance of risk and reward for long-term survival. Next up, we have Stalker, a true test of skill. Stalker introduces significantly harsher survival conditions and more aggressive wildlife. Predators are much more active and have a much higher population. Wolves and bears will actively hunt you, making encounters far more dangerous. Resources are a little more scarce, require careful planning and efficient use of what you find. You'll also have access to all available items in the game with this mode as well, like all clothing. You'll be able to find tools around as well as guns. You should choose Stalker if you're a player looking for a more intense experience and a realistic survival challenge. This mode also demands a more strategic approach to resource management and movement. Next up, we have Interloper, the ultimate challenge. Interloper pushes survival to its limits with the harshest conditions and minimal resources. The environment is unforgiving, with relentless weather and aggressive wildlife. In this mode, you start without tools or weapons, meaning you have to craft everything you need that's essential to survival. You'll also be limited to the type of clothing you can find in the world, limiting how warm you can get from your clothing to make for an even more grueling experience. You should choose Interloper if you're an experienced player ready for the game's hardest mode, and looking for something that forces mastery of mechanics and survival instincts. Next up, we have Misery Mode, which is the newest official difficulty in the Long Dark. Misery Mode is now the maximum difficulty level. This mode combines Interloper's brutal conditions with additional restrictions, as well as the introduction of ailments that come in at timed intervals which permanently debuff your character, making for a more challenging survival experience. You should choose Misery if you're craving the absolute peak of survival difficulty. This mode is tailored for experts who have mastered every aspect of the game. And lastly, we have Custom Mode. Custom Mode will allow you to tailor the difficulty of the game to whatever you want it to be by adjusting various settings. You can customize things like wildlife aggression and behavior, as well as resource availability and weather severity, and almost anything else you can think of. Custom Mode is perfect for players who want to bridge gaps between difficulty levels. So if you're starting on Stalker and you feel like maybe you're ready to move up to Interloper but not quite sure, you could go ahead and create yourself a custom mode that is between the two of these. Custom mode also enables creative challenges or relaxed experiences, depending on player preference. It's also noted that the Long Dark community has also created several challenges. So if you want to, you can go and explore the custom codes that are out there in the community and then go ahead and add them into your own game for a custom and tailored experience. And finally, we have the official challenges of the Long Dark. These challenges are time-limited or objective-driven scenarios, such as The Hunted, where you need to take on a bear, or Whiteout, where you need to gather a set amount of supplies in a limited amount of time. These challenges can be great for honing specific skills or experiencing curated survival stories. And those are all the basic game modes for the Long Dark. And I hope this video helped you pinpoint which one is right for you. If you're having trouble still finding which difficulty might be best for you or which one would be best to be introduced to the game with, I always recommend Pilgrim, because it helps you get a handle on your basic mechanics and also some of your map knowledge before adding in the complexity of wildlife or severe weather. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you found this video helpful. Until next time, bye-bye!